it's time for the Quiet as Mouse Book Club, and today I am reviewing The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells. By the way, this isn't just The War of the Worlds. The War of the Worlds isn't this big. This video would normally be up on a Tuesday, a Reviews Day Tuesday, so it's a little late. I'm filming this on Thursday, so it's probably not going to be up on YouTube until Friday. Yeah, sometimes I decide to film videos in the evening when I get home from work, and I always forget that this is not a good idea because I'm not very good at doing that. Just very much a morning person. This is the first day this week when I've been home in time to film whilst still capable of coherent thought. Anyway, The War of the Worlds is a science fiction novel. It was first serialised in 1897 and then it was published in book form a year later. It's narrated by an unnamed man and it tells the tale of when southern England, Surrey mainly, is invaded by Martians. It's been adapted many times in many different formats. Famously as a radio broadcast in the 1930s, a couple of times as a film, including that Tom Cruise one, and as a Jeff Wayne musical album, which I saw on stage recently. It's written as a factual account. Characters aren't particularly important, there's very little characterization. We don't know the background of the narrator or anyone else, including their names. We don't know names. I found this to be a pretty enjoyable read. It can be quite fast-paced and exciting, and not just in the bits where exciting things are happening. It has a good rhythm to it, to the language, which means that even the slower parts move along. It's quite an interesting reading experience in that way, I found. It's quite a satisfying story as well. It's very ahead of its time and it's interesting reading it from a modern perspective, seeing how it's influenced things. There's a lot to say about humanity and its progress and its treatment of other humans and other animals. You can very easily see humans reacting the way they do to events such as these. I found it interesting as a piece of history, looking at Victorian England through this lens. Most of the book takes place in Surrey, like I said, and that is where I currently am, and I have been to most of the places mentioned, the places they travel through, the places they are from. That was really fun, and I didn't know it was set in Woking and places around there beforehand, so that was a nice surprise. I did find the lack of characters and character names a little bit disorientating, but there were interesting characters in the artilleryman, for instance, but I think I would have found the story more affecting and scary if I had had those characters to cling on to be sympathetic towards, rather than just being on the outside looking in. But yeah, I did enjoy this book. It was a surprisingly quick read, interesting to look at as an important work in the history of science fiction, and with some importance now as well. I'll give The War of the Worlds by H.G. Wells 4.1 out of 5. I give a lot of books around 4 out of 5. Although I do tend to choose to read books that I'm pretty sure already I will enjoy, so that's maybe not that surprising. So on the 3rd of May I will be reviewing Grace and Style by Grace Helbig, and then on the 17th of May I will be reviewing How Green Was My Valley by Richard Llewellyn. This is my only video this week. My next video will be my April favourites. That should be on Monday, but it probably won't be on Monday. It will probably be on Tuesday. I hope it's on Tuesday. I will definitely not be trying to film it in the evenings after work. I would love to know, as always, what you think of The War of the Worlds if you've read it. I hope you have a great rest of the week, and I will see you soon.